So what's good, y'all? If you didn't know, this is how I look. I'm not looking the best right now. It's, morning time for me. I have tats on my sleeve, yes. 17 years old, but this is Chief's priority. Basically, what we're going to talk about in this video is Skyy Moore. Now, a lot of people is expecting Skyy Moore to have like a thousand. I don't know. A lot of people saying an 800 to 1,200 yard season. Now, I'm not gonna say I disagree with that because I could see that really happening. And this video is gonna be more like a chill video of me just just going over how I feel about Skyy Moore. It's not gonna be nothing too crazy. This is gonna be a little chill talk video. But yeah, I know my real videos about Skyy Moore. But basically, I love what he's doing in training camp. I think we could use him as a slot receiver. That'd be very well to see him play and shine in the slot. Wow, I got a lot of pimples on my face. But it's gonna be very well to see him shine in the slot and make a lot of big plays. Now, I do love how he has 4.41 speed, so he's not like a slow dude. So Skyy Moore, he is gonna be one of them players that if you put the ball at the right position, I play football, so I'm a wide receiver myself. So if you lead him, he's gonna grab that, and he has the right angle. He could take off and create some extra yards after catch. And we seen a little bit of that last season against the Rams, against the Chargers. He seen what he could do with the yard after the catch. And he may not be a deep threat, but I love how you could hit him on the intermediate routes, like zigs routes, slants, quick outs, in routes, stuff like that. 5 to 10 yard routes, maybe sometimes even 15. And that's what Skyy Moore is going to excel at. Now, when you have dudes like Rashee Rice and Justin Ross, who is also, players that could have the same similar stat line that a lot of people's projecting Skyy Moore to, it just makes you happy as a Chiefs fan that, like, okay, we have a lot of receivers that could possibly do very well on this team and make some big plays. Now, if y'all wondering, I'm from New York originally, but right now I'm in Atlanta, Georgia. I'm gonna be out here for like another week, and I got a mic out here, so I've been grinding to bring y'all as much content as possible, And this is my first FaceTime. I said FaceTime. This is my first face cam video, so I want to just try something new. So let me know how y'all like it. But yeah, man, Skyy Moore, Justin Ross, and Rashee Rice. That's who most of the attention been on right now since Kadarius Toney's injured and John Ross retired, even though I didn't really have him making the roster anyway. But when it comes to Skyy, I just love how he's going to be that slot receiver, that receiver that you're going to hit underneath. You're going to give him them throws. You're going to let him create them plays in open space. And I know last season we had him as a punt returner, which is that could really mess up your confidence if you're not doing it right, because that kind of messed up his confidence because he wasn't really doing it right. He was muffing the punts a lot. And Chiefs fans is making fun of him for muffing the punts. So that messed up his confidence. But what boosted his confidence is that punt return that he had in the Bengals game. And then him getting that touchdown in the Super Bowl. And when it comes to Andy Reid's system, we know how hard it is for him to be a rookie in that system trying to shine and succeed. So now that he had a whole year to get everything down pat and see how the Chiefs operate, how the offense is, like a learning year, I think year 2 could be better for him. And that's usually when people tend to pop off at Andy Reid's system, year 2, year 3. But I think it's going to be year 2 for him. And Rashee is going to be next year. And then Justin Ross and Skyy Moore, they both got that little experience from last year. Even though Justin Ross ain't playing a game, he got the experience on how the Chiefs system work and how they game plan and stuff like that. So I do think that him and Skyy Moore is going to do very good this year. And I already made a video on Justin Ross, but he's going to be like that red zone target. But Skyy Moore, he's going to help with the yards. He's going to help with the yards. And I could see him putting up 800 to 1,001. If he breaks, his ceiling is 1,200 yards. His floor is 700 to 800 yards, which is more realistic. But if it just depends on who steps up, man. If you want 1,000 yards with Mahomes, you could go out there and get it. You just gotta step up and show him that you're really worth it, All right, so back to what I was saying. Now, when you just look at the Chiefs, man, you just gotta give them their props on what they're doing. I'd say they're doing everything right and they're going accordingly to the plan. And Skyy Moore, I mean, I just think he got a breakout year. It just makes perfect sense. It's like if he doesn't really do better than he did last season, then he's just a bust because, I mean, last season he got some excuse because of what? because of what his situation. I'm gonna show that. I don't care. I'm gonna show my mistakes because of what his situation was. He gets an excuse for that, but if he doesn't show out or at least do better than he did last season, then it's time to start considering that Skyy Moore may be a bust, and it's time to move on to the next receiver. Now, Richie James is gonna give Skyy Moore a run for his money when it comes to being in the slot because Richie James is performing just as well as Skyy Moore is in training camp. So it's like they're gonna be rotating a lot, but it's who's gonna step up. It could be Richie. I'm talking about in general. Who's gonna step up? It could be Richie because Juju stepped up last year. If he didn't get that concussion, he would have had 1,000-yard season. So it's gonna be either Richie. Okay, it ain't gonna be Justin Watson. I'm not trying to sound like a hater, bro, but come on. He's like 200, 300 yards. Come in, make some big plays here and there. Yeah, let's go. Nice, Justin Watson. But it's gonna either be Richie, Skyy, J. Ross, Justin Ross, obviously. Who else? MVS, which can maybe happen. I mean, he just needs to learn how to use his body. But Kadarius Toney, if he's healthy. So it's a bunch of receivers that could, or she, if he could somehow break the Andy Reid curse. Always good to have some water when you're doing these videos. So at this point, we don't know. It's just a bunch of question marks, like I said. And I'm having a strong case. I mean, my case is that Skyy Moore has a huge chance to show that he's going to break out because everybody loves Skyy Moore on the team. You know, fans like Skyy Moore just as much as they like Justin Ross, but Justin Ross has been getting more of the hype because he's that big-bodied wide receiver that we're not used to, you know. We're used to small wide receivers like Skyy Moore, but Justin Ross is that big body that could, you know, get them grabs and stuff, and Rashee Rice as well. So having them two on the outside to make these touchdowns and all that stuff is perfect for Skyy Moore to be a slot receiver and come in and dominate. You know, dominating the slot. It's not really that hard to dominate when you're a good slot receiver. Cooper Kupp, you know, all these receivers that be in the slot, they always end up getting at least 800 to 1,000 yards. Not Cooper Kupp. He obviously gets way more than that. But dudes like Adam Thielen and them, they could always get like 800 yards, you know, like a calm 800 yards. So if Skyy Moore could at least do that, then he's improved and that means he's having a great season. And him showing flashes in like games against the Chargers and the Rams, it goes to show you if he gets the snaps, then he could probably make a lot of noise, you know. Then I mean he could probably make a lot of noise and make some very nice plays and come in and just do what he has to do and play his role right. And that's what the Chiefs need, all these wide receivers to play their role right. It might be another year with just Patrick Mahomes spreading the ball to everybody, which is fine. But as long as these receivers aren't having trouble like they were against the Chargers the first game, that was a troubling game, that Amazon Prime Thursday night game. I've been watching that on my Xbox. And I was like, damn, our receiving corps, we're going to have to get some work. But the 49ers and the Bills game, that's when the receiver corps really started to jump. And then the Titans, they had some struggles. So it's like last year, this receiver corps was up and down, you know. So this season, they could just come in off day one and just click and then just come in and go crazy. That would be perfect. And that's what I would love to see. But if you enjoyed this video, it's been your boy Chiefs Priority. I'm going to be trying to bring out more. I'm going to be trying to bring out more face cams and stuff like that. This is rare, but I just wanted to try it out. Let me know how y'all felt about the video. And I'm out, man. Peace. This was just off the dome. I didn't really, you know, so it's just a video just off the dome. So let me know what y'all think. And do y'all agree with anything I said? Leave your thoughts and comments. It's been your boy and I'm out. Peace.